So today we are gonna make a civilization that literally towers into the sky. Right now we are currently being blasted by an endless sandstorm, but regardless of that, we can still build some dew collectors to give us a little bit of water, and then a couple of shrub gardens so our people have some food that stack pretty nicely on the edges of the building. Never mind how these things are supported, don't worry about it. And once those are collected, we start to get a little bit of supplies here. But we are gonna need a little bit more supplies just so we can keep expanding and building upwards, so we also get a woodcutter station in here. And then once everything is in place, we can build a new layer to our tower. We have a couple of different designs that we can do, but I do like the look of this courtyard here, with a couple of nice little overhangs to hopefully expand our buildability a little bit outwards, so let's confirm that. It gets built up, and voila! We have another layer to our tower. And that's just the start of it, because there's a lot of layers that can happen. But we also need to make sure that we have some porters that can bring supplies from one layer to the next. So let's make sure we have at least 3 of them. And of course we are short of workers because of that, so let's start to build some more houses. There's a couple of blank slots right here that we can fill in pretty nicely. And since we do have an excess of porters, then we can build some new things to keep our people busy. Like a research station that'll give us some new materials. This one's kind of tall, so why don't we build it on the bottom layer here? Right here should look good. And the research station also needs some dust to make things function, so let's get some dust collectors. And thankfully this bottom layer in all the sandstorm is very rich. Who'd have figured? We can stack those on top of each other, looking pretty good. Just sweeping in all the dust that is being blown this way, I love it. And now we can get access to research, like some sand bricks to build some better buildings. That'll continue going, but also all this building has used a lot of water, so hopefully we get some of that back here. Maybe we need some more dew collectors, but we're also short of workers. Thankfully though, it's just the initial building that causes such a shortage, and it quickly reverses. We are getting some sea buckthorn again, and dew collectors are working, but they are a little bit slow. Maybe we need some more people. Hey, but the research is complete already. So now we can build a sand brick factory. And it seems like all the layers right now have maximum efficiency, but the efficiency for some things will reduce as we go higher. This guy also has an effect where he doesn't like being next to the residential buildings. So let's build him over here. It actually fits in pretty nicely right here. That should save us space and the need to port materials. So thankfully someone is working there, but that also kind of stole someone away from research. So we definitely need some more residences. And is there anywhere that we can build that's still maintainable in this style? It looks like, or not this style, this level. It looks like right here does. But let's get it going right here. Okay, now the overhang is too far, so we can't build any more that way, but we can build some more over this way, keeping everything in line as much as possible. And now we should be able to get access to more people. Thankfully, they're all still happy. We just have to make sure that there's enough materials that stays the trend. So now we're starting to get some sand bricks. Very nice. And then the next objective we have is to build dew collectors on or above the 4th layer, because once we get out of the sand zone, that becomes a mist zone. So that's gonna be better for water. But we also are not really utilizing this 2nd layer that we built all that much. So why don't we start that off with some more residences, because we are already full on people. And then how many dew collectors can we fit in right here? It looks like 2 of them. That should work. Very nice right there. Blocking the entire view of this staircase here. I thought I was seeing something? What are you seeing? You're seeing birds? There's a lot of birds. It is also cool to just see these people working on the dew collectors too, just staring at them in their little gnome hats. Maybe this is where the dwarves went after they got tired of Snow White, which frankly, who can blame them? But we're currently also short on some wood, so we probably need some more shrub gardens here too. Basically duplicating everything that we have, which should also help the food problem. And the richness here is less than 100%. It actually looks like it fluctuates between the layers. But also interestingly, the water shortage is happening on the 2nd layer, even though we built more dew collectors. And the food shortage is prevalent, so I don't think we can wait to get to a better layer. We need more shrub gardens stacked on top of each other, because that doesn't hurt anything at all. It actually doesn't, which is a good thing, because we need all that food, and water is in pretty short supply, it looks like, all around. Good thing we have porters, although it would help if we got to a higher level, so maybe we just continue construction as is. Lapis lazuli construction. This looks interesting. It's a little bit of an interesting slant situation going on. Hopefully it doesn't hurt things at upper levels, but maybe we just build some islands in the meantime, because we just need to get up to the level. And that's where the sand bricks come in. Thankfully, it looks like we have enough of those. Or at the very least we will. We should probably invest in some more research too. A cactus plantation. This should work good. It'll take some water to fund it, but it should be fine. Even though the shortages are kind of hurting our happiness. But we have another level. So we have 3 levels to our tower, and then this would be number 4. We're almost out of the sand zone. And there are some ecological levels too, a terrace. And that has a water bonus. Maybe we should save that. Actually, this is the 4th layer, so that would help. But I kind of want to build that in the mist zone better, since that's when the richness starts to become very good. Although we really can't hold out on this anymore. Why don't we scoot this level to be a little bit more centered, and then we can also rotate it. Would this look better? It would keep the skies clear for the shrub gardens, even though they're kind of blocking each other's sky. Don't worry about it. But I do like to look at this overhang over here, so let's go with this. Now we have a 4th level that we can build the dew collectors on. And with that water bonus, it should be a lot better, but it is gonna take a while to construct because we just use a lot of materials, and the porters have to travel up a couple of levels. Thankfully though, it is getting built, although some people are starting to wish they had water. Thankfully though, there is still a good amount of it. We just do not have excess right now. Ooh, but the cactus plantation is done. So would it be better to turn one of these into a cactus plantation? I feel like there might be something better for water there, so we could do that to at least one of them and see how it goes. It should also save on the water cost. So why don't we change over 2 of the new ones to cactus? That did solve the water problem on the 2nd layer, which is good. Now, hopefully the water on the 2nd level that's being produced can go to handle some of the deficit on the other layers. But now I guess some of the people on the bottom layer want cactus. So we're starting to have a deficit there, which is interesting. We're also starting to get a deficit of dust. I didn't think that was possible. We could certainly get some more dust collectors in here where we can fit them, which does work right there, right above the sand things, or not the sand things, the sawmills. So that should help that front. But now we are short on jobs yet again. Well, it shouldn't matter. We only need 1 person for research. And I think that's pretty much where the only deficit of workers is. So that fixed the dust deficit, but man, that water deficit is really stopping our construction. So let's dial back on the sand brick factory a little bit. And then that can allow us to build 1 more dew collector because we kind of need it. And let's get a little bit more efficiency happening on the 3rd layer, since it's better than the 2nd layer, even if it's not by much. And then we might as well keep the research rolling while we're waiting. And the stability blocks here sound like a good time, or structural blocks that add stability, so we can build out even further. That should help things, especially once we get up here. I want a lot of dew collectors here. And I wonder if it's worth it to relocate the dew collectors to higher levels. But the extra dew collector is pushing the progress of the terrace here. I think that extra 1.5% is going to be helpful. So let's build some more dew collectors up here and then trash some of the ones down here. As soon as one is built, we will trash one of these, so the workers can relocate to higher levels where the water should be a little bit better. Even trades. Hey, and that completed the terrace. Yes, now let's build some dew collectors here right away for that extra bonus. Never mind the ones we just built. We're basically gonna get rid of all the ones at the bottom level because those were so bad. It's just that the porters have a lot more distance to travel. But that's 1 dew collector there. Might have gone a little bit overboard with the construction, but we desperately need water. Once the water crisis is sorted, then we can figure out how to reevaluate where things go. Because it's probably gonna be worth it to build the shrub gardens higher too, and leave the bottom area for more industry. So that's another one to shift over there. It looks like everybody's currently working on water production, so no research is happening. Can't say I blame them. We're gonna need to build more houses regardless. At least we have plenty of food. And I guess our porters are a little overwhelmed right now. You know, that's fair. Ooh, but we have pipe transports now. That's gonna help. Or I guess we gotta research those. Where are those in research? Up here. So it's a good thing we went this way, but we need research to happen. However you slice it, we are gonna need more houses. Let's build them a little higher. I feel like nothing's gonna happen in this little alcove, or we place them where things were, but outside the range of the sand factory. So that should build more people there. And we can't build here because the overhang is too far. But thankfully, all of our pipe transports are functioning. Now, do we have people? We don't have enough people is the problem. So let's get another house happening over here. Not really sure if there's a clean way to do this, but the sand thing does go out this way as well, so we have to avoid that. Is it worth just building higher? It looks like some people are leaving, or he's just saying things because our population has not changed at all. At least now the porters aren't overwhelmed, and there's a giant manta ray flying through the air. What are you doing? Oh, you're not giant, you're just close. Couple more houses happening on either side, should be fine. Once we get the pipe transports, we can save a lot of problems because the top layer here has a lot of water. It might not be enough to set off the deficit, but it'll certainly help it. It's a miracle we're even getting food out of all this. And we are starting to do research again. Why don't we save it for just one, so everyone else can become porters, especially since they are being overwhelmed like this. The good news is people are still net happy, even if they are losing a little bit of food demands. I guess because of the cactus not being on the first layer. Maybe we should swap these, because the cactus can grow in the sand just fine. Stock is full in this layer, well that's interesting. Oh wait, the research is complete. Very good. But what do we need to get the pipe transport going? I guess we need more prerequisite technology, like the glass technology, that makes sense. But now we have some structural blocks. So we should be able to put these underneath somewhere and expand even further out, which would certainly help with our water problem. But maybe we can worry about that later. The glass technology actually researched pretty quickly. So the glassworks can go somewhere, but maybe somewhere good. Thankfully, efficiency is good all around. Let's put it right next to the sand brick factory so we don't interfere with the residences. And now we can research the pipe transport. But we need glass to fill that, so we definitely need someone working in the glass factory. At least we have plenty of porters, so there's plenty of idle hands ready to work. And it's so cool seeing these buildings too. Like that one is literally just a press that makes them into bricks. And then this, are people working here yet? They are working here, but they need dust. And the porters are just moving constantly. Look at them go. Maybe we should build a dust collector on this layer since every single one of them is on the first layer. And we might as well take advantage of all of the richness of this bottom layer too. So let's just put them right next to each other. So the glass is currently being produced, even if it doesn't look like it's actually moving. That's fine though. We're getting glass that can fund the research. Beautiful, pipe transport researched. Now we can add in some logistics like wooden pipes. Amazing, we're making laundry chutes in the tower. So the wooden pipe cannot transport fluids, but glass pipes can. We definitely need water transport happening, so let's set that up. And then where will it go? Let's see, it needs to connect to the walls out here. Is there anywhere clean for it to go to? I might have filled up the bottom layer a bit too much. I guess we could fit it in right there maybe, or can it connect to, okay, it can connect to the outside here. I just want a clean pipe transport going all the way down. I guess we can do that if we dismantle one of the dust collectors here, and then build you on the second layer now, since the efficiency is still the same. So now we have a spot that the glass pipe can go down to from layer 4 down to layer 1. Yes! Ooh, that builds so fast! I guess because we had all the glass stored up, but now we have pipes. Just need one more piece of glass to go in the middle, and there it goes! We have a complete pipe ready to transport water. We just need to set it. Water. Yes, there it goes! Dripping so fast. Hopefully not too fast. Well, in either way, that set off the deficiency. Amazing. Beautiful, no more water shortage. So maybe moving forward, we can save a side of this tower just for pipes, since we could also use it to transport things like maybe cactus? The issue is the pipes only work one way, unless there's a future technology that lets them move upwards, like balloon stations. That's perfect. But we need to reach the mist zone first. And one of the researches that is blocking us from there is Statue of the Eagle. You know what? I like this idea. Uh-oh, a disaster? A sandstorm is approaching. It looks like it's already here. Unstable structures may be damaged, so hopefully you haven't built too far from the tower body. I would think not. The willpower will be tested, productions will be affected. Basically all the bad things. Oh great, what's happening here? Low speed, okay, you know what, that's fine. It looks like the water pipe is actually full. Surprising, but not a bad problem either. So I guess this would be a good time to get out of the mist zone, and there's a whole lot of zones here. A rain zone too? There's jellyfish. Can we get our people to go jellyfishing? Yeah, well, they can deal with it later. We got a sandstorm happening right now, which are kind of is going on for the next minute. Well, I think this is a good time to build to the mist zone. And we have another ecological building, which is better for the gardens. Very nice. But let's maybe get another terrace going and line it up with the first one. I think that's the best thing because that should allow us to easily connect the pipes. But actually that's the very top of the sand zone. We're not quite to the mist zone yet. So let's build a normal building that does have its own bonuses. And this one is better for glass. Or a headland gives better environment, which I think is a good bonus to get. So we can line it up like this? Or should we try to line up the pipes better? You know, that kind of works. But I think it's gonna be better to have the overhangs on the same side. So yes, confirm. Our tower's getting pretty sizable already. Hopefully everything goes well and we don't start speaking like a million different languages. Now I wonder if it's worth it to set up an elevator, or not an elevator, a wooden pipe. Hey, mist zone ahead. Only one layer away from the getting out of the sand zone. The mist above is whispering unsettling words. I'm sorry, the mist is whispering? New area will give tower citizens more enlightenment. Their technology will significantly improve. I sure hope so. But what I was saying is that we probably need an elevator from the second layer to the first one. Just because this thing runs out of cactus stuff a whole lot. Or maybe it doesn't. We'll wait on that. Ooh, and the statue of the eagle is done. Maybe this would be a good thing to signify leaving the sand zone. Yes, this would look so good. Right over here. I don't even know how much it takes. Oh, we have all of that and disaster shelter too? That might have worked better on the bottom layer, but you know what? This will be fine. Now the porters just have to manually get all the way up there because we don't have balloons yet. And would it be possible to add a little stopper for the water on layer 2 right now? I don't think we can split the pipes. We would have to build another one. Although layer 3 currently has a lot of water because I forgot I built all these dew collectors here. Okay, but that cactus deficit gets really out of hand pretty quickly. So maybe we do need a wooden pipe just from here to here. Super simple. And the only thing it's transporting is cactus. There we go. Now, please stop complaining about the cactus amount. Although it is interesting how it just takes right away. Instead of being like, oh, you want cactus? Now we'll send it. No, it just fills up supply, which we only have a maximum of 25 per level. Although the water is a whole lot here. I guess that's because the terrace has a better capacity. But man, I feel so bad for those porters. They have to go up so many staircases, and we don't have elevators yet, if at all. Maybe they could use the balloons as elevators. But what other research can we do? A potato plantation might be good once we leave this layer. Sandstorms will affect the output of the farm, so construction cannot be too low. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like for anything. Let's research that. All right, I thought about it, and another glass pipe going from layer 4 to layer 2 really won't be so bad. Ooh, we can connect it. Or no, we just have it snake all the way around there. So if we just build from here to here, that actually works. It's like a weird little valve. So we can stack pipes on each other. That's actually amazing. Beautiful. Now everything should stop having water problems. Or you're still not getting water to layer 2? I mean, I guess it's kind of neutral right now, so it might be fine. But I also feel like this isn't working exactly how I want it to. So let's redo that and just build one right next to it. There, that's fixing things. And there's the farm. Nice. And just look at how much the efficiency goes up from layer 5 to layer 6, where the mist zone starts. 25 to 39, that's a huge increase. What about the shrub gardens? It looks like it plateaus a little bit once we get out of here, but it doesn't start to near 100% until we get to the rain zone. You know, that makes sense. But also, inversely, the dust collector gets weaker as we go up too. But thankfully though, all of our supplies are looking good. And we actually have enough porters now, maybe we can maximize the research. Oh, there it is, the last plank. Yes, we have the eagle statues. Those are some weird looking eagles. I'm not gonna lie. They look like they're about to possess some people and make them scream about Gozer. But now we're in the mist zone, yes. Is the dew collector a lot better here? It does jump an entire 5%. But can we actually build on these? Oh, we can. It feels a little weird, honestly, to build a bunch of buildings on the layer where the eagle statues are, so maybe we go up just one more. Oh, we also have access to an industrial core building, which gives better stone bricks. But let's build another terrace because we're going to be taking advantage of the water supply that's up here now, especially when it's at 50% richness. That's way better than we started with. And we'll make sure it lines up with the terraces down below so the water pipes can connect to each other. Now they just have to transport up all the way, but since we are in the mist layer, we can go ahead and start research on the small balloon station. Ascend the balloons for transporting upwards. Even better. Now I bet some people are gonna be wanting to live up here, but the small balloon research is complete already, so we can start to put things upwards. Is there a good spot for that though? There might be right here. Actually, does it even need exact view up above? It can go right here, which is surprising. You know what, sure, let's just see how that works. Okay, so it's built, and now we need, oh, we set a route. I get it now, so we build a small balloon station up here. Might as well put it up in the mist zone, so that can go, probably should go on the same side. Although there's no real clean view for this regardless. You know what, let's build this here. And then the one down here, we'll put on this side of the tower because I think that looks cleaner. And it should make the trip a little bit shorter too. And then this one's already down here, so we'll set the priority to high. We need a repair kit now? What's being broken? We don't even have access to repair kits. We need to research the repair kit workshop first. So might as well get that going, I guess. Okay, so there's one balloon station set up. We need to wait for this other one to finish though, which it almost is. And we're most definitely gonna need more than one of these balloon stations, but we're gonna set up one for now just so we can get the system started. And I guess someone else needs to be here to manage the balloon stations as well. So that's even more pressing matter for more residences. And they can be pretty safe right in here. They get disaster shelter being on the same level as the Eagles. And the second balloon station is done. Nice. Let's set a route. Easy peasy. And then back down. Does that work like that? I think that works like that. So now we can tell it to transport something. Can it just transport what's needed? What if we tell it to transport the, where is it? Sand bricks. So these people don't have to carry it up the whole way. Because they still have quite a bit more to carry. And we need someone to be here. So we can dial this back to one researcher now. And then someone should be able to be up here, but we probably need a residence for someone to have easier access to this. So it's almost there. And there we go. We have both balloon stations occupied right now. Can we see a balloon fly up though? Ideally before they are done porting all the bricks that they need, because they're almost done. Okay, they're loading up the thing. Oh, there's a sandstorm again. They do not like being down here. Is there a disaster in the mist level? It probably is. Ah yeah, just a squid. That's not foreboding at all. I just want to see the balloon go, and hopefully the balloon doesn't get swept away in the sandstorm either. And they just finished building this, so it doesn't even matter that we put things up there. Although it is kind of funny that this place is just collecting dust idly. But now we have the terrace built, so let's get some more dew collectors up here, and then also some of the other gardens and things. 54 efficiency I think is gonna be really good, but also this takes up so much room. At least they can be layered like this. But since the bonus is water, we'll do that first. And for sure, gain in some more residences so we can actually man these buildings. So now since we're doing a lot of building, why don't we change the path here to be planks instead of just sand bricks? But I would love it if these balloon station actually got things loaded. Unless it just doesn't work that way because it's not on the same level that the planks are being stored. So we might have to build this in a different spot. Let's do that. Small balloon station can go right over here. That should work. It's not hanging out too far. And then we just link you up to there. And then, yes, planks. There we go, now it's going. And that is beautiful, look at it go. Flying right up to the receptacle station. And oh, it's just transporting constantly. So we should probably keep up the supply here. Oh, layer 6 is also wanting lanterns. I guess that is a thing here in the mist info spot. And that's what we use the quartz technology for, so let's research it. It also spawns a jellyfish bay. Maybe we are going jellyfishing. Oh wow, and the research tree is giving hints at the other zones. There's rain, frost, clear, and star zone. We are literally building a tower to heaven. Hopefully that doesn't bite us later. But now that we have water being produced up here in large quantities, maybe we have these zones be independent of each other, with a little bit of transport here and there. But what I'm thinking is we can use the water up here to transport down to this level. That I think should make it easier, although that's already reaching too far. And this would save the porter some time, so let's just do a quick fix like that. And then we should probably get some glass going up to that upper level too, so we'll need a balloon station. Can multiple balloon stations receive at the same spot, I wonder? We might as well try it. We probably are gonna need balloon stations at all the levels. But at least now here we can get water going down to that level very quickly. Okay, now they desperately want lanterns here, so we really need that quartz technology. So there's a previous station, there's a current station, and then there's a target station. So if we tell you to go up here as well, that overrides it. Okay. Ah, but we can't have it stop here and then go up there. But I think that interrupts the route. So if we tell this to do glass, then it goes up there. Is it dropping off the planks here? It looks like it is. We don't want that. So we are gonna need another balloon station up here. That's fine, we can have a whole bay of balloon stations, as long as we have people. But let's fix this to go up to this first one, and then you go up to the second one. That was not the second one. There we go, 2 balloon routes. And are you still doing glass? You are, but there's also no glass being made right now. We might need another glass factory in that case, which also means we need more people. At least there's no food shortage. And then can we get a house right in here? Thankfully we can. Though it also seems like the research has paused a little bit because they're waiting on water, but they have plenty of water. It's literally being transported in the pipes. Well, I guess we have enough people now that we can have more researchers. That should speed things up, but it seems like we are gonna need those repair kits pretty soon. What's being damaged even? The shrub garden has, and it looks like some of the housing things may have. Oh, we got it finished! Lantern Workshop is right there! So that needs glass and bricks and planks. Thankfully, the industry stuff is efficient on all levels though. Should we get that going right here? I don't see why not. And it's all going up there anyway. That is working beautifully. It goes right here and then porters are going right there. We probably need more porters in that case. We have 5 right now. I think that's a good number. So yes, we need the planks to go up there. And are there planks to go up there? They might all be there already, but there's a lantern workshop, yes! Now, as long as we had quartz, we could make lanterns. So that's probably where the jellyfish bay comes in. Whoa. Whoa, hold on, that's replacing an entire level there. Interesting. But also, they do not like being next to that. The richness is almost 100% right up here. Maybe we build another layer first. Hopefully they don't need lanterns too bad, although it is getting worse. So let's maybe build a headland here. It has good capacity and some environment protection, so that could offset building the jellyfish bay, especially because it has such a large AoE. Let's do that. Now, thankfully this stuff is being transported all the time, but we probably need a third one for the stone bricks as well. Thankfully all the materials to build it is already there. And then that can go right next to the sand brick factory maybe. That should be fine. We don't have anything going on here anyway because factories are right there. And it'll fly through the building, but we don't talk about it. Now the sand bricks can go up now. In a little bit of an awkward fashion, but you know what? It works. And then after this one is built, I think one more layer is gonna be good enough for the jellyfish bay because we still kind of need this, and one more layer should get it out of range of all the houses that we have. But now we also have more jobs than people currently. I guess since we can't build the lantern workshops yet, let's just turn this off. And then we will need a house somewhere else. Let's get more on this layer because of the disaster shelter. Oh great, the mist is here. Just as I was protecting them from this place. Oh, I'm sorry, are those eyes in the mist? Those are straight up eyes. Oh no, I don't like that at all. Get your Cthulhu nonsense out of here. Oh, and the sandstorm is going on now too. Great, for 11 minutes? Oh no, is that currently going on? I don't think so. I think that's just the countdown for it happening next. But the mist is going on right now. It seems to be a form of life which corrodes the Towertizens' minds. It really is some Cthulhu nonsense. It's the time to collect water, but its content is suspicious. I don't like the water being sus. And we can't build any higher either until this is over. And the mental state is absolutely degrading. But at least the disaster shelter is helping it. So yes, the need for lanterns is paramount right now. At least we have the repair kit workshop now. What does that need? Wood and dust. Well, thankfully people don't mind living next to it, so let's just get it down at the base level where all of that is. Okay, it looks like we're done here, but we still can't build higher? I hope this isn't a demo lock. It might be a demo lock. Or maybe it's only because we don't have a jellyfish bay yet. It's annoying because it's still in range of the houses though. But maybe they'll be okay. Because it does give more disaster shelter. I guess it'll just have to be a little bit of a trade-off. And then while that's going, we can set up a wooden pipe to bring... Actually, we shouldn't need to do much there because the lantern workshop is right there. Although to that effect, we could probably trash this since we're not using it there anyway. A better spot for it is going to be where the jellyfish actually are going. And then a wooden pipe can bring the lanterns from up here down to where the citizens are living, or the tower-tizens. Hopefully we're not hitting too many deficits down here, although we're surprisingly hitting a dust deficit. That is so weird to think about. But at least there's more room over here to build dust collectors. Or actually, that deficit turned right around. Never mind. And we're still missing a plank or two for this one. But I guess they're focusing on building the jellyfish bay first. I'm okay with that. Now, the other thing is it is taking a while for food to get up here too. So people are looking kind of hungry. I think this is a good spot to set up a farm. And then we can put that here and then here. So we can get some rows of potatoes going, because I think that's the only food that we have access to in the farm. But the jellyfish bay is almost complete. And there it is. Woo, wow. Fancy looking lighthouse. Now we have an eye that stares into the void, but of course it's probably gonna stare back. Now we just need the lantern workshop to complete, and then hopefully this wooden chute as well, because this will be the quickest way to transport lanterns down to where the people are. But they're building the farms first, which I guess is a good thing. And of course, as soon as the lantern workshop is complete, we don't have the manpower to run it, because they're focusing on food. And sure enough, potatoes are the only thing that we can do right now, but that should be fine. We should have more room here to build houses. We just might get a little congested with all of the, the gargoyles. But we can also build just outside of those, keeping them in line because I do like having these things be visible. The stone guardians as they are. So that should give us enough people. And we are still keeping everybody plenty happy. We just need to quickly get those lanterns going. And then set up the pipe here for the lanterns. Easy transport. There we go, now someone's building the lanterns. And the first one goes down to the level here. That's probably gonna be quite a bit of backup, isn't it? And it already takes quite a bit for the porters to transport glass up to here. So I think from there what we can do is build another small balloon station right next to the lantern workshop, and then that can be a second point that the glass balloon can go to. And we could probably build another wooden pipe from here to here just to help with that potato problem. Which I love that these starts and ends of this are just barrels. It's like we're playing Donkey Kong here. But send those potatoes down. There we go, food shortage turned right around. To the point that it's a deficit, but as soon as this fills up, this should be fine. And we just need the wood planks to get up here. And there's another balloon station. So where's the glass one? Is it you? It's you. So yes, from there, you go to here. Oh, you go to here, and then you go here. So now the glass can actually reach the lantern workshop, where it sorely needs it. There, so now the lantern production should be able to run non-stop. I love it. Which is great timing because their lantern needs were at 50%, and they're kinda meh. Everybody's kinda meh. I bet it's a sandstorm doing that. Yeah, sure enough it is. They need disaster shelter down here. Is there a research that we can do for that? So to that effect, we can research this tower rebuild technology, so we can make changes to the tower body, but we need suspension technology first. And it would also help if we had people that actually could do the research. And I guess they're craving cactus up here. I mean, the shrub garden is kind of good to put up here, but I don't think cactus works like that. Plus, it seems like the porters are able to get through with that. I think we're just gonna have to create another hut down here, just so people are close to the researcher. But thankfully, the lantern needs in the mist zone is starting to reverse, so this is working. If we had more people, we probably could get another thing going on here. And it looks like we have plenty of repair kits going on too, so we can pull someone away from that. Now we get the research going. We honestly might need another balloon system just for the cactus because people crave it so much. Which apparently you can eat cactus IRL. Someone who's done that needs to let me know how it is. Because like I try to think about it and all I imagine is biting down on toothpicks. Not good. But just like that, we are able to transport cactus. Fly, cactus, be free for all of 5 seconds until you're needed, but that flips the negative right around. I will say it is interesting how the tower replacement is going to work, because not all of the tower section footprints are the same. So is it only like things that match this and don't conflict with any of the buildings? Or do we get to replace those as well? I guess we'll have to find out. But at the very least, we do know that the eagle statue section is the same footprint as this, so it shouldn't matter too badly. And maybe now we can reduce the number of porters so there actually is people working here that can fill this whole thing. And the other thing that's interesting is this needs glass bricks to function, so we need this glass brick factory next. Glass bricks, that's quite the concept. I'd like to see someone enter a structure made of that into one of those ice sculpture competitions. See how far it gets. Now, surprisingly, there's so much demand for glass right now that is at 0. Even though this is working about as fast as it can go. But there is quite the surplus of planks and the dust that is needed. So, are we gonna need another one of these? We don't have enough people for that. Not yet, anyway. But now we have the suspension technology. So now we should be able to build out further distances. Yes, we can. So why don't we replace this one and then put it down here, because this is the layer that we're gonna restructure. That should work. Hopefully it doesn't bite us too badly. It's amazing how 3 houses here needed technology to be better, but 1 shrub garden hanging out this far is totally fine. Maybe it's because a shrub garden doesn't have to live with the weight of existential dread. But let's get the glass brick research underway next. That should be pretty quick because we have all the materials for this, just in different places. But what I want to know is, can we get away with another glass factory over here? I think we can. It definitely can't go there. I guess we could build out off of the first one, and then maybe we do get a shrub garden up somewhere up here, because the richness is super good. Although if we are gonna rebuild layers, we probably want it somewhere that we can turn into a bonus. So let's put it on this empty layer here that is just giving better environment things. And there actually is a lot of real estate here, but we can still keep them pretty even since we can only fit 2 of them there anyway. And then it should be pretty easy to transport water up to there since it's only 1 level difference. Also, surprisingly, these dew collectors are now working at full speed. Oh, and there's the mist again, great. I think we also need another woodcutter station because that demand that is happening on all levels for wood is kind of ridiculous. So let's get one of those next to the shrub garden, sure. Which surprisingly pulled someone away from the glass lantern workshop. It looks like we need more people. Ever picky, these people. I have mushrooms growing in my house. Is that a good thing? You probably shouldn't eat those. That's probably why you're seeing the eyeballs in the mist. Oh good, the second glass factory is done. And someone's working there. So that should help the glass demand, hopefully enough. But also that demand for wood is insane. At least we have plenty of it now, so we could move it to different levels. Yeah, why don't we have a line going from that straight to... Ooh, that's a little funky looking, but it works. Planks for days. I think it'd be hilarious if as the planks got to these different sections, that just automatically built it. But of course it doesn't work like that. At the very least, now the planks are moving freely again, which wood flowing is kind of a weird notion. But now there's constant supply, so the glass factory should have plenty of material to work with. If only we had people to man the lantern station. And building down below doesn't help that either, so we definitely need more happening up here. Thankfully, that's easy enough to do. Oh, I didn't realize that the jellyfish bay was calling so many workers. You don't need that many. We're full on quartz as it is. Well, that solved the worker shortage in a hurry. But the glass brick factory is ready now too. I think that would be better down below. Although it still has that same environment negativity going on, but it looks like it's safe to put down over here without interfering with anything. So it's a little bit of a weird spot, but we can put it here. Now the demand for glass is even higher. At least the lantern workshop here is getting full. Honestly, we might need a second lantern shop just to keep up with the demand that the lantern layer is having. So that's simple enough. It can get going on either side of this, I think. Thankfully, all the materials were already up there. It is fun seeing them run up the stairs too to get to the next layer. And thankfully that's built incredibly fast. But now I guess the glass production has slowed down quite a bit because even this layer has like nothing going on for it glass-wise because it's all going to brick production. Can we slow you down? Yeah, 45% speed. That should be fine. I know we need glass bricks, but we don't need them that crazy, even though we're trying to work on tower rebuilding. At least that research is moving though, and thankfully we don't need too many glass bricks, since we already have 6 of them. And surprisingly, only 1 person can work in these glass factories at a time. So I guess since we have extra workers, because the demand for glass is so high, we are gonna need more of those. Can we get a third one out here? We kind of can, but it's weird. I don't know, but it can go right next to it. And then maybe we can get another person creating sand bricks because we kind of need those too. Just 2 more glass bricks needed. And they're there, but the porters are kind of busy elsewhere, it seems like. And we can't even prioritize the research. You know, it actually might be worth it to build a glass factory up here too, because there's all of these planks and dust just sitting here. Can we get it somewhere that it won't interfere with houses though? We have built a lot of houses up here, and they're already sad enough as it is, being next to other things like jellyfish. Oh well, we have the tower rebuild complete, yes! Ooh, you know what? Let's give the porters more strength training. That'll be a helpful bonus. So now, if we pick the very bottommost layer where people are, rebuild, turn it into a statue of the eagle, it's the exact same for pretty much everything. Also, what happens if we, yeah, sure enough, we can't build the tower layer that's bigger than the other buildings, but we can build this one, rebuild it. Yes, it's going so good, but we already have a pause because of sand bricks. High priority. Okay, but now someone needs to tell me why the water is so negative here. There's a pipe going straight to it. Is it because the layer doesn't exist here? It might be. We need to finish this quickly. At least people are still happy. But man, we have porters bringing sand bricks down all the way from the top. At least it's helping the construction, and they're about to have a strength boost, so it should go a little bit easier for them. Oh, and we got it. Yes, the eagles are here. So they're a lot happier with that. Yes. And now the water is flowing again. Oh, so good. So much so that all the water from this layer is gone. But hey, now the porters are stronger, so they're able to carry more. Yes. There is some other research that we could get into, like a wheat plantation here, some greenhouses, even quartz glass. That sounds like a fun time. But we're also stopped from researching a ritual platform, as well as building our tower any higher, because this is only a demo. But we have made a lot of progress here, and our tower is looking very good. And look at this, our lanterns are finally in the positive. Oh, good. So overall, I'd say we did pretty well building our tower civilization here. So I hope you guys enjoyed STARIO Haven Tower. What a unique little building game. Can't wait to take our tower even higher into the rain and then the stars. And if you guys want to see that too in the full game, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, Deviant Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drupalong, Lily Bites, The Miner Within, DeGarity, Sans, V, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse, Nicholas, Igor Shradi, McKenna-chan, and Liam.